Okay, Crossroads students, hi. Crossroads students, hi. It is so incredibly good to be here. It is so good to be here. Thank you for having me. I love being here. I don't get the opportunity to do this very often. It's so much fun. It's so good to see you guys. Just so you guys know, my birth certificate says that my name is William Kirk Marshall. Do you know how I know that people know me? It's when they don't call me William. They call me Kirk. That's what I go by. So you have permission to call me Kirk because we're like friends. I love you guys, okay? So you guys already know me. You don't have to say it back. I love you. Whether it's West Side, whether it's Oakley, whether it's Lexington, whether it's Florence, whether it's Mason, East Side, Dayton, I know you guys, and I love you. I love you. And today, we're talking about 7 ways that we engage with following Jesus, and I get to talk about community, okay? Now, it's dumb that they let me talk about community. It really is. First of all, can I step over this? All right, we'll see how this goes. It's dumb. I'm not really good at community. I'm not. I'm kind of introverted. I've been shy in the past, but I'm going to tell you a story about one of my friends who was an amazing friend, an amazing community to me, okay? This guy, he did something so brave. So as you hear this story, don't think of yourself as me. Don't put yourself in my place. Think of yourself as him. Okay, I was dating this girl. Okay, lean in. This is wild. I tend to get really obsessive. You guys know what obsessive means? Yeah, obsessive. I get obsessed about sports, about video games, about movies. So what kind of a boyfriend do you think I was? I was obsessive. I was obsessive to the point where I completely ignored all my friends and hung out with this one girl all the time. So my friend, guess what he does? He walks up to me one day and says, "Hey, Kirk." He called me Kirk because he knew I'm Kirk. I'm not William. He knew my name, all right? He said, "Kirk, personally, I think you should hang out with us more. I think you should hang out with her less." He went on to say, he's like, I think you're missing out on some key things you need from relationships and from friends by only hanging out with her. There's blind spots that you have by isolating yourself in a relationship with this girl. Can you imagine someone walking up to someone else and saying that? Would you guys do that? No, I mean, maybe you would. I wouldn't have done that. But I was so blown away by his bravery to walk up to me and say those things. You know what I said back to him? I said, "Mind your freaking business. Back up." And I continued to neglect my friendships in favor of this girl. Yeah, I was in love with her. She was great. But those next few months, it turns out he was 100% right. That sucks so bad. My life at that point became so full of unnecessary drama. You know what I needed in my life? I need friendships. I needed people that had my back. I needed people that called out my blind spots and told me when I was wrong. And I neglected that. I was given the opportunity by a great friend. And I said, no. Okay? Isn't that wild? That's wild. Full of drama. My life was so full of drama. But when I think of drama, okay, first of all, you guys watching the Olympics? You want to watch the Olympics? Like one person watching the Olympics. Okay, the rings. I have been obsessed with the Olympics. Of course I've been obsessed with the Olympics. I have been watching Olympics so much. To be honest, I am not an extremely patriotic guy. But man, every 4 years, when it's my country versus other countries, God bless America. I care so much about America. I'm like, yes, that's my country. That is my country. That is my country. Okay, a while back, February. I think it was February of this year. We were visited by a Team USA weightlifter. Her name was Abby Raymond, and changed my life. She is currently training to be in the next Olympics, where she's probably going to win gold. But I got to meet her. It was super cool. And since then, I've been kind of thinking about weightlifting a lot. I watched the weightlifting stuff happen, and maybe this is just me, but whenever the World Cup or Olympics or anything else, or like American Ninja Warrior comes on, I kind of try to figure out, where do I measure up to what these people who've spent their entire life training, could I do that? That's the question. Do you guys ask that question? No? Okay, great. It's just me. So this is going to be super easy then. I want to lift weights. I want to do it, okay? I have a dream, all right? I have a dream. There's a picture up here of Abby Raymond. Let me put that picture up. I want you guys to see what I want, okay? Here's Abby. She is lifting that over her head. She does this kind of weightlifting thing. I don't know what it's called. Any of you guys lift weights? Clean and what was it? Clean and jerk. Are you messing with me? Clean and jerk. Okay, clean and jerk. She does, I want to do that. I want to reach down, and I want to lift it and go above my head. I think this is like, I don't know, a bunch of weight. I don't know. Personally, I don't lift weights, but I want to. So here's what I need from you. Can I get a volunteer? Can I get someone? Hey, whoa. I need someone who lifts weights. I need someone who lifts weights. Weights. You're pointing over there. Okay, get up here. You, right here. Just one of you. Just one of you. You decide. I don't care. All right, come up here. All right, say your name.
I'm Ryan.
He's Ryan. Do you play football?
Yeah.
How often do you lift weights?
Every week.
All right, now tell me, what do I need to do to be able to lift this over my head like that picture of Abby Raymond?
Well, it's kind of, you want to start like this, like a deadlift. You want to do a hang clean. You're going to push up like this.
Okay, to repeat what he said, he was acting it out. You saw it. Hand clean? What?
You hang clean it.
Hang clean. Then okay, clean and jerk. Okay, so do you think I can do this? Okay, all right. All right. I got to use two hands? No, I got to I'm speaking. I don't know if you noticed. There's people listening to me out here. Okay, Brian, thank you for your help. Don't go anywhere. I need someone else's advice because that did not help me as much as I wanted. Hey, I want to be able to get it over my head. Come here. Come up over here, okay? All right. If you think you have advice for me, make your way to the front, okay? Just wait right here. Don't come on stage. What's your name?
My name's Petra.
Petra, do you lift weights? Yeah. Okay, now tell me, what do I need to do to get this over my head?
You need to start like small with a little bit of weight, start lifting that and eat lots of protein because protein builds muscles, and then eventually once you use a little bit of weight, keep building up, and then eventually you'll get to this size as long as you're eating the right foods.
Petra, that's extremely good advice. Here's the problem. I had Cheetos for lunch, okay? I have not had protein. Can I lift this right now? Can I lift it over my head? I have not lifted weight. I haven't started small. I want to start with this. Can I do it? Do you think I can do it? I'm really strong. Oh, he said take steroids. Once again, I haven't started doing that yet. How am I supposed to do it? I want to do this now. Okay, I need a little bit more help. I need more help. Hey, is there any chance I can get the band to come out here? I need someone to help me. I need more help. Okay? This is bonkers. So much help. Band can't even hear me. Okay, listen. You might be not understanding what I'm saying here. Thank you. One person heard my call. I need more help. Okay, let me rephrase this. Listen very carefully to my words. I want this to be above my head. I want to stand there with my arms raised like this. And I want to experience the glory and the victory of becoming an Olympic athlete. But I have to hold a microphone in my hand because I'm the speaker. Also, I've never lifted weights in my life. Also, I have tendonitis in my right arm. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? We're going to help? They're going to help me do it. Okay, all right, be careful. No one signed a waiver yet. So please be careful, Petra. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Okay, all right. Glory. I sense the glory is coming. Up. Don't drop it on the ground like they do. That would ruin the stage. Thank you. Get off of my stage. Go. Is that a medal? I medal, guys. I got a medal. It's bronze. I get it. That took me a while. It's bronze medal. All right, cut the thing. I don't need any more of that. Oh, what a moment. Guys. Thank you so much for making that happen. Okay, here's the problem. You guys watch the Olympics, right? Whew. Man, I am so worked up right now. Thank you for your help, by the way. Yeah, I'm so worked up right now. That was a huge moment for me. Can you imagine what would happen, though, if you're watching weightlifting at the Olympics and 7 people came out to help the person? What would happen? Team USA would get disqualified. It would be a shame, all right? You know why? Because weightlifting is a solo sport. It is designed to be done by one person. Now, to be fair, for years, you can have coaching, you can have training, you can have support, all those things. But at the specific moment, when you have to lift that weight, who's there to help you? No one. Just you. At the heaviest moment, only you can lift it. Because the law of weightlifting is that it is a solo sport. If you got it, say got it. Okay. Thank you guys so much. And once again, thank you for the help there. That was heavier than I thought it was going to be. And when it was above my head, my life flashed before my eyes. So thank you guys so much. Here's the thing. In so many ways, life is not like weightlifting. And I want to talk to you about one of the most important ones. Because weightlifting, it's a solo sport. But guess what? Life is not a solo sport. Life is not a solo sport. In fact, the creator of life has a design for life, and it is not supposed to be done alone. Does that make sense? Okay, I asked that question again. Does that make sense? 2 people think that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Life is not meant to be done alone. It's not a solo sport. Does that make sense? Okay, more people are getting this. I actually think more of you understand this with your brain than you're giving yourself credit for. I mean, it's just scientific, right? Like school. Isn't school easier when you have friends? When you have a study group? When you have people you don't mind seeing every day? It's easier, right? Think about work. Think about any task that you have to do. If there are more people helping, it is better. It is easier. Think about sports. If you play sports, you know you need a coach. You need a team. You need trainers. You need all those things. I think we get it. I think we understand that we need help. Like we get physics and chemistry to some extent, where the stronger the bond, the more there is, it's stronger, right? Science people, yes? Stronger bonds? Okay, forget that, more of a sports guy. But I think we don't live it out. We get it up here, but we don't live it out. And what I mean by that is the most important parts of your life. The most important parts of your life. For example, like finding your purpose, we feel like we have to find our purpose alone. We feel like that's a journey we have to go on by ourselves, our identity. Like we think it's so personal to figure out who we are, and we don't let anybody else speak into who we are, right? Those are super important things. Even your faith. I see this all the time. People say yes to receiving Jesus, and they want to follow Jesus, and that's amazing. But they start taking steps because they think they have to go alone. They think they have to take that journey by themselves. They start reading their Bible, but they do it alone. They start praying, but they do it alone. They start coming on a weekend and worshiping, and then as soon as they leave, they're alone again. They leave their friends here. They leave their support here. It happens all the time. But I think, for me, the craziest thing that I've ever seen people do, and they think they have to, with doing things alone, is when it comes to carrying the heaviest burdens in your life. The absolute heaviest burdens. I mentioned purpose and identity. Those are big. Your future, sure. But what about loss? What if you had someone in your life and they left? Or they passed away? What about the pain that you feel every day, that you can't even express sometimes? What about the constant struggle of waking up every day? What about anxiety? What about depression? I also think, if you're like me, many of us have this, like a deep secret that we don't feel we can share with anybody else. It is too dark. Our friends will reject us. Or maybe we don't feel like we have a friend who's strong enough to carry that. And so we think we have to carry it alone. Trauma, things that happen to us that we don't even feel like we can speak about. We didn't have any say in it, but it happened. Maybe it leads to addiction, and you can't get away from it. Maybe it's your own self-talk. Maybe there's a voice inside your head, and it's actually your voice, and it keeps saying things over and over again, telling you that you have no worth. When you don't have friends in your life, when you don't have people to do life with, that gets really, really heavy. You don't have someone to call you out when your self-talk is so negative. What if you have self-harm? What if you have suicidal ideations? Those things are so heavy, and for some reason, we believe we have to do it alone. We believe we have to do it alone. And that's just not the law of life. That's weightlifting. Life does not equal weightlifting. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Life does not equal weightlifting. If you got it, say got it. Okay, we're on the same page here. Now, listen. 2,000 years ago, there's this guy. His name was Paul. All right, Paul. He was pretty cool, but he did some really not cool things according to the world. All right? And one of those was he gave his entire life to help other people follow Jesus. In fact, following Jesus in his part of the world was illegal. He spent time in prison because he followed Jesus. He was so obsessed with following Jesus that he would write these letters to groups of people all over his community, all over Europe and Asia. And he would write these letters trying to help them understand what it meant to follow Jesus better. There was one specific church in a town called Galatia, which is modern-day Turkey, which, side note, Turkey is doing really bad in the Olympics, okay? Let's go, boo, Turkey. No, Turkey. Okay, all right, wow. I forgot, yeah, Olympics. Everyone hates every other country in the Olympics, that's true. Yeah, they have like 2 medals, boo, okay? But anyways, back to the 2,000 years ago. He wrote this letter, and he realized the biggest problem that they had was that they were stubborn. They were stuck to the old way of thinking. They had, this is how things are done, and they wouldn't change it. Kind of like we do when we think about doing life alone and treating it like a solo sport. And this is all he said. All he said to them in this letter. He said a lot of things, but one of the biggest things, he said this. He said, share each other's burdens, and in this way, obey the law of Christ. Share each other's burdens. So if you share your burden with somebody else, and you let them share it with you, you're obeying the law of Christ. The law of Christ is the law of life. It's not the law of weightlifting. Christ, that's just a word we use for Jesus, meaning he was the one. It's like Christ means the one. He was like the Messiah. He was the one. He came to save the world. He took all of our sin and, most importantly, our shame and our guilt, that thing that keeps pushing things into the dark. You guys feel that, right? Like no one can hear about that. No one can know this dark secret that I have, this hidden habit. He took that and he defeated it. He made it so it didn't have to have power over us anymore. And Paul believed that so much. He said, guys, you have to know there is a law of Christ that you fulfill by sharing your burden. Let people carry it. Bring community into your life. Don't do life alone. That's what he said. And I've been so bad at this in my life. I've been so bad at this. But I promise you guys, when I have lived life, not as a solo sport, but invited people in and experienced community in my life, that has been when I've had the most growth and I've experienced the most love. The first thing I think of is my mom. My mom passed away this year, okay? She died in April, just a few months ago. She got brain cancer, And within 6 months, she was gone. And it hurt. It's painful to lose somebody. It really is. You guys know that. I looked back just recently at some of the texts that I got on the day that she passed away. And I was reading them, and I noticed something very specific, very specific. This is what so many texts said. They said, Kirk, I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry. Kirk, I love you. Over and over again. First of all, isn't it kind of weird when like a single person texts you and they say your name? Wouldn't that be kind of weird, right? Like they say, you're Kirk. Like, why are you calling me Kirk? Why are you saying that? And I think I realized something now. They said my name because they know me. They're not the DMV. They're not some automated text from Duke Energy saying to pay my bill. These are people that know my name. And they knew that I was experiencing pain. They knew I was experiencing loss. And they told me that they were there for me. They told me they were there for me. Now, there's not a lot of places in the world where you can walk into a room and the purpose of being in that room is for you to make a connection with somebody else. That's what's happening right now. You have C group here in just a little bit. And it's very rare what happens here. We come in and we say, hey, is there anything that you have in your life that's just too heavy for you to carry? Would you consider sharing that with us? I know that's hard. I know you don't always know these people. But there might be one person, one friend in your C group in just a few minutes that you can make a deeper connection with. And they can be that person in your life who you can share your burdens with. You can connect with, and it can change your life. Maybe it's a C group leader where you make a strong connection and they become a mentor for you. They give you strong advice in dark times. Can I encourage you guys to maybe in C group, for the first time ever, try to share your burden. You weren't designed to carry it alone, especially that really heavy stuff. That insanely heavy stuff, you can feel it, right? It's the stuff that kind of stays there and you keep pushing it aside and it eats at you. Guys, you are not designed to do that alone, even though it feels like it. It feels like you're supposed to keep that alone. Believe me, when you bring that into the light and allow someone else to help you carry that, you're going to experience freedom. So please don't do what I did. Don't reject this opportunity. Don't live life like it's a solo sport. You will not win at life in any way if you play it as a solo sport. It won't happen. Let me pray for you guys. God, I'm thankful for the people in this room. I'm thankful for your gift of friends. I have done so little to deserve the community that you've given to me. And I thank you for the gift of your son dying so that I could have community and connection with you, God. That's why he did that, so we could live in community. Thank you for the truth that life is not a solo sport. And I pray that in this room and in all the rooms with Crossroads students, that there would be a next step, that they wouldn't keep this conversation here, but they would live it out, not just tomorrow, but the next day and the next day after that. God, thank you for your power, thank you for your word, and thank you for your promise of community. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, thanks for watching. If you like what you heard, we have more content for you on our YouTube channel if you want to subscribe, and make sure to check us out on Instagram for everything that's coming up.